Do you need to rebase all of your models for Old World? We're going to talk about that in this video and, kind of give a sneak peek of our new battle report format, which we're starting to film tomorrow, and you should hopefully see next week. No promises, but that's the goal. And so we're going to talk about that. I got a bunch of stuff and dudes ready to kind of talk about why you do and why you do not have to rebase your models. So let's take a closer look. So we got all sorts of stuff here. Now, everything you're about to see, the bases and the movement trays and the movement tray converters, they're all available. MiniWarGamingForge.com. You can buy the STLs, or we'll print them for you. And the more you buy, the more you save. So you'll see that when you go there. I'll put links below. But essentially, you get a higher percentage discount the more stuff you buy. And we do worldwide shipping, and we can print them pretty fast. So I'd say that if you order, you probably have it shipped out within the next week. So we got lots of printers. So we got all our resident Warhammer Fantasy experts in the room at the same time.
I thought these were for historicals.
The historical pig
This is
I thought these were just placeholders for the historical minis.
These are historical. We're going 250 years before Warhammer Fantasy went to the end times, and then went thousands of years later to Age of Sigmar.
Fictional wargaming.
It's historical fictional wargaming, like Lord of the Rings.
And Horse Heresy.
Horse Heresy, there you go. Okay, let's get to the point. So, do you need to rebase your models? So, I'm going to ask this question because I actually don't know the answer perfectly. What percentage would you say of the models are now supposed to be on larger bases?
100%. Probably 80 or 90% of the models of the supported, air quotes, supported factions.
Like the Marauders are one of the few examples of one that doesn't technically need to be upsized if you already have one.
To be fair, it's probably closer to 95% has to be upsized.
I say
okay.
So, yeah.
And if you don't upsize them, what kind of drawback does that give you for playing?
Nothing. I mean, we're going to play so many games together that you just do the math with how many bases are in base.
You just do the math. The main thing is, like, say you have an Age of Sigmar army. Well, I guess Age of Sigmar by the...
Well, forget Age of Sigmar.
Yeah,
Let's look at the difference.
Yeah.
Let's look at the difference. That's Night Goblins from before, and that's Night Goblins now.
They're 20% bigger. Yeah. Well, not quite. But
much bigger.
Much bigger. But if you're playing against new players, they're going to have the new bases naturally, right? New
right.
people into the hobby. But if
and it kind of gives you an advantage having smaller bases because you get more dudes into the fight. So you're able to fit more.
It's a whole thing. Just rebase your models.
So hold on. That's the question. Okay, we finished the video.
There's going to be a fight. Because there's going to be a fight. When I'm using a stone thrower.
Yep. See,
the blast.
Fantasy, and I knew that.
The blast will hit more models. Yeah. That's right. And so that is well, not potentially. Yeah. You put a 3-inch blast on that. According to that, that's not potentially.
I was thinking of the 4 update, get hit or don't get it. You might just miss every shot still.
The thing with the actual blast template, you always paste them in the center of the unit, so you never have to put the blast on top of your unit. You can have a piece of template off.
That's true. You could have a piece of paper with it all out, right? Yeah, we'll probably make one of those to have
scattering.
Yeah.
No, you do need to have.
Yeah. Okay. So the recommendation is definitely rebase. Is definitely that you want them in larger. So you have a couple options for that. So there's the old movement tray. We have converter movement trays that allow you just to put them in there, and without any addition, because we'll print them in black for you. So when you get them, you could literally not paint that or do anything to it, and that'll look good on the table.
Printer,
you could flock the top rim to match.
Yeah, that's probably what more people will do is they'll just match their bases to this, and then when they put them all in, then it really looks nice and coherent. Alternatively, we do sell. Right now we have one set of bases. They're desert bases. We're coming out with more cobblestone and everything else. STLs, and we'll print them for you in resin as well as FDM. The FDM ones even have a little magnet hole in the bottom. The resin ones have room for magnets, which we also sell. Look at that.
That's true.
It's one long advertisement here. By the way, these are future releases. We're going to be doing Sci-Fi bases as well, so you can look out for that. But right now we got these desert bases, which you can see that Steve used to rebase his Tomb Kings and Bretonnian.
I tell you, having those bases with texture already on them saved me, I want to say, dozens and dozens of hours of work.
Lots of surface area.
Yeah, you just dry brush them. You could throw flock on them if you want to, and treat them as you can treat them as dirt. And just make them more brown and then put flock on them. Or you can just do this, a few dry brushes. What dry brushes did you do for that? How many?
So over Xandri dust and then a sepia/agate earthshade wash over top of that. Then you got, that has Morghast bone for the first dry brush. And the second dry brush is a Screaming Skull, and that's it.
So basically a base, a wash, and 2 dry brushes. Yes. And you can do those en masse pretty darn fast. I watched Jeremy do it. for many, many hours because he was doing, I think, thousands of bases.
Yep.
And so that's what they look like rebased. So you can kind of see the difference, and it's not a perfect comparison because we're looking at Night Goblins versus Bretonnian, whatever they are, peasants or something.
Battle pilgrims.
Or those battle pilgrims, yeah. So you can kind of see how much it does make a difference. So you could just finish the movement tray to get a similar effect, and that would be fine
and
too.
then you get to keep your basing scheme that you like.
Exactly.
And you're familiar with.
Exactly, because it did take you guys a long time to knock them off of the old bases and rebase them.
You might break ankles here and there.
Yeah. So this infinitely faster because literally you just buy the movement tray, you're done. Yeah. We do sell these regular movement trays as well in all the new sizes, including the Lance. Got to point that one out. It comes in 2 pieces, STL or if you buy it, so that you don't have to have that 4th rank if you don't want to. And so that's proven very handy in battle reports.
That's a long list.
Also, we've got conversion trays for circular ones. Now, this is nice because, like, for example, these Warriors of Chaos are now they're from Age of Sigmar.
That's the new Age of Sigmar kit, yeah.
So this is the old one, and you can see they were designed to basically rank up nicely, whereas the new ones are way more dynamic, which is why I think the Age of Sigmar models typically look better because they can be dynamic, except for Bretonnian.
But they fit in there nicely, which is huge.
But yeah, now that they've increased how large a movement base, or sorry, a base that they're supposed to be on, they actually rank up. And so you can put new and old mixed together. And same thing with the Marauders on their new size. They look great.
No reason why you don't buy 30mm square desert bases and put your Sigma models on those, or if you want to play both game systems, that's
Well, I think that's the big thing, is that now you can play both game systems. Now, I know some people are not going to like Age of Sigmar, and heck, some people aren't going to want to play Warhammer Fantasy, Old World.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of people out there who want to do both. And so you buy a box of the Get Started for Lizardmen, Warriors of Chaos, orcs, goblins. All of a sudden, you put them on round bases, you buy movement tray converters, and you now have just doubled your investment.
Figured out the Cav oval thing yet, but I got an idea. Maybe we'll get some progress on
Well, because they're too big, right?
They're very fat.
Yeah, the oval ones for Age of Sigmar are wider than they should be.
We'll talk. I got this idea that maybe we can get something going.
Oh, like
yeah.
Help off each other? I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll have to look at that. But that'll be, if we do add that, then if you bought the STLs, we'll automatically add it and you'll just get the file later on because we won't charge extra for that. So yeah, like I said, you go to MiniWarGamingForge.com and you can order the STLs. We also have the STLs on My Mini Factory. So if you're more like, oh no, I'm not going to buy anything that's not on My Mini Factory, well, just go to My Mini Factory, search for Mini Wargaming, find us there. We've got a few things on there right now, including all of the movement tray. I think I got the converters on there. I'll check. They'll be on there by the time you watch this video, I think. Although it does take a day to get approved. I can't remember now. Either way, MiniWarGamingForge.com will print them for you really quickly. We got like 5 resin printers and 10 FDM printers, so we can get them done fast. Already have tons of people ordering them, thanks to Steve talking about them in his videos.
Non-stop, love these things.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get Age of Sigmar players into the old world if they've always been curious, right?
Well, and it's just like if you're a Warhammer Fantasy player and you have a legacy army, like, man, that would be so... I watched you guys do it, and I know why we did it. Because, you know, showing it on video and we're going to Nottingham for to Warhammer World. We want to show stuff the way Games Workshop wants to show it when we're going to be showing up at their doorsteps and running a narrative event. Yeah, Lucas, Steve, and I will be there. If you happen to be able to be...
I don't think Lucas is going to make it.
Crom's going to be. Yeah, Crom's going to fill in.
Crom's going to be there. That's right. Crom's going to be there.
He's a hero. He always steps in.
Yeah. And if you're interested, we are, like I said, we're starting to film a new style battle report, multicam. There can be narrative. And I'm already. This is partly the setup. Dave and I will be in the first one for 40K, and then we'll be doing an Old World one. So I know we haven't been doing much Old World content. It's just the way that everything lined up. They released it at a really bad time, right after Christmas, and we've been working like mad. Oh, Steve.
I've been living here.
Yeah, Steve lives here now. And but yeah, get all that stuff. That helps to support us as well, and it helps James keep his job. Right, James?
Yep.
James designed all of these. I got to point that out. James has been awesome. He's designed all of this, all the score track. Oh yeah, we got score trackers for Fantasy 2. Go check it. I'm just going to put links below. Enough advertising. This has been a long enough advertisement, I think. Behind the scenes. Discussion video. Discussion, that's what this is. Okay, thanks for watching. Happy Wargaming.